Gotta turn this around because my cup says slag. We should get some coffee cups for this. And
branded saying where my money.
Have you seen those really cute ones where it's like the handmade ones and she does all the like the typography on it?
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh my god, they're so precious. I think I said it's got like little bows.
Oh yeah.
She does ones where it's like you can personalise it.
We need to get them.
Or we go to the pottery place around the corner
and make our own
and paint them.
That's quite a cute idea. We could also podcast whilst painting our own cups.
Oh my god, yeah, because we've got our mics now.
Yeah.
Oh, stunning! Stunning!
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wearing My Money podcast. This is episode 4. I'm Hollie.
And I'm Amelia, and today we are discussing all things handbags.
We are going to talk about our best and worst handbag purchases.
We're going to be talking about what's new in, what's trending.
And if you're looking to buy your first ever designer handbag, we have some really great recommendations. We have more affordable versions and more luxury.
Yeah, and also as well, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons with buying new and vintage.
So, let's get into it. This episode, we could talk about bags for days.
So we write our notes down for each episode, and I could have just gone on and on in the coffee shop this morning.
I love a handbag. Handbags and shoes are really my thing that gets me going.
And what I'd invest into. Like with clothes, I feel like obviously we're now into the more investing into higher quality pieces.
Yeah.
But the top of my mind is investing into accessories.
Yeah.
Because they last longer. But let's start off with a little bit of a recap of the week. We've been up to some very wholesome, cute things.
We have on Saturday night, we spent the night in together and we had a Galentine's night and we cooked pasta and wine.
It was very funny.
And guess what, guys? We have a bonus episode coming for you. We filmed a Galentine's Day.
I was very proud of us.
Yeah.
We did it whilst we were cooking, so we actually haven't edited it, so hopefully it will be interesting.
Hopefully. That will be dropping next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Tuesday the 13th, we have a bonus Galentine's Day episode for you, which we hope you guys really, really enjoy because we had so much fun filming it.
It was very precious. And we talk all things Galentine's, Valentine's, dating. Kind of like, it's a bit more of a personal bonus podcast.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy.
And speaking of food, last week I went to 2 really great restaurants. The first one I went to was Mount Street.
Yeah.
And it's above the Audley pub, which is in Mayfair. And I've been wanting to go for ages because they have this lobster pie and it literally has a lobster head coming out the pie.
It looked sensational.
And the whole meal from start to finish, the service, the interior of the restaurant, they're huge on artwork. They had a Picasso painting in there. It was so beautiful. Really great date night spot. Very cozy, very cool, arty, and the food was amazing.
It's a really cool townhouse, isn't it? Because we came about it when we went to a press evening with Russell and Bromley, and there's a pub at the bottom which is like a proper English pub. Actually very good
all the guys go after work.
I was going to say, it is a very good husband searching.
Yes.
Maybe we need to book that in.
We do. We just need to go. We just need to turn up. Honestly, it's always heaving. The men are spilling outside of that pub. Get yourself down there, girls.
And then there's a couple of different restaurants above, isn't there?
I think just one, just the Mount Street
And then there's
restaurant.
a cocktail bar.
Yeah, but it's a really cool place. I definitely recommend going if you want to do like a treat date night because it's not cheap.
No.
And then the second place I went to was Caia restaurant, which I thought was like Notting Hill, but it's actually more Ladbroke Grove. So it's kind of out the way.
Right.
A little bit of a ball ache to get to.
Yeah.
But again, very cool inside. There's like loads of records. They have DJs that come in and like play on the vinyls all night. So that's really fun. Very small menu. It's like sharing concept. The food was really good, really tasty, very unusual. But
unusual?
So they had this, I can't remember what the name was, but it was basically like a white carrot, some kind of root vegetable.
Right.
Begins with an S. Can't remember off the top of my head. So they had that, and then they had this like stracciatella, which I thought was an ice cream, but it was a kind of cheese. Yeah. So they had things like that. It was just like different, which is cool. Like I love to try new foods, but the plates are very small.
Right. So it was quite like a unique Italian. It's not your classic Italian.
Well, I thought it was Italian, but it wasn't not Italian.
Oh.
I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it had great wine, very cool vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, like, if you're looking for somewhere a little bit different, definitely go.
Yeah.
But I would say out of the two, I preferred Mount Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
More of a vibe as well.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Lovely. I was on a bit more of a wholesome, humble kind of like stay at home, dinners cooked for me era last week, which was really cute. I went to my friend's birthday party, dinner party, and she had a big group of us, all of her close friends, and her mum and dad cooked the most exquisite Indian feast. It was sensational.
I love an Indian.
Oh my god, and home cooked as well. It was like so good, and I just loved how she decorated the house, the kitchen. Her house is beautiful anyway. We both love it.
It's really cool.
She has a really cool style, and I just feel like having dinner parties and gatherings at home has become a thing again.
It has, I think, since lockdown. Since lockdown, everyone's like starting to host at home a bit more now,
and
which
like make a bit more of a like effort, and like make it really pretty, and maybe a bit more of a theme, like put bows on wine glasses like we did for Galentine's, like make it cute. A really fun evening. And I feel like because you can go a little bit extra with the drinks and the food and bits and bobs like that, because it is still so much cheaper than going out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a really lovely time on Friday, and I've just been chilling and staying in, and we had a Galentine's, and
we did.
I'm in my staying at home era. This week's gonna change though. I'm out pretty much every night.
Crazy.
Not that crazy. The first topic we're going to talk about is the new in bags, things that we're seeing for 2024, coming spring, summer, what we have our eye on. And the first one is these large, oversized tote bags in the theme of kind of just filling your bag up.
Yeah.
It's called the spilling aesthetic and a slouchy aesthetic.
Like picture Jane Birkin, how she carries her Birkin bag. Yeah. It's slouchy. She has it fully packed with everything. It's like overspilling. Yeah. It's very cool. It's like,
you haven't made an effort.
My life's in my handbag. It's that kind of vibe. And some of the handbags that we've seen that align with that kind of aesthetic, one of them is the Bottega large hop bag.
Very cool.
And it's weaved, it's suede, it has a big top handle. It's gorgeous.
Very in at the moment, for sure. I've seen the Loewe bag, which is so beautiful. It's the squeeze one, and I've seen it in a burgundy colour, and it's just so beautiful, and it's got these chain details and a really thick over the shoulder handle, and it just literally looks like you can put your whole kitchen sink in it, and I really like it.
I think another really great one that fits with the whole undone aesthetic is one of the Row handbags, and it's the Idaho XL leather tote bag.
Beautiful. There is
perfect.
And also as well, there's another Row one called the Margot. I've seen quite a lot on Instagram and YouTube, and it kind of actually looks like a man's weekend bag.
Oh, I love that.
It's a really cool vibe. So I would say that kind of vibe.
Yeah. I also love the Totem bag, the T-Lock bag. Ooh. Again, it's suede.
Yeah.
And I just think it's beautiful.
You quite like your suede bags.
I do. I love a suede bag.
You have that really nice one from Arquette.
Yeah.
A really good one. A really good oversized
They have some
tote.
great bags, Arquette.
Really good. I would actually say that's quite a good, quiet luxury. I know it's not luxury, but it's quite up there with the price range. And for the quality, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty affordable. I think mine was about like £250.
Yeah, so a good like high-end high street price.
It's expensive for high street, but it's very good quality.
Worth it for sure.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous bag.
Another one I would definitely say is the Chanel 22.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar vibes to the Loewe squeeze bag, and it is literally, you can get the small versions and you can also get the large versions. And I've seen Tamara wear the brown one, and it's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It is stunning.
Goals. That is a goals handbag.
Just, like chuck everything in, just run out the door with your Chanel 22.
Casual.
Lovely. Another trend we are seeing, and I actually quite like the style of this, and I feel like we've brought up in a couple of topics previously, and it's about having a louder statement bag, and it's not about the monogram and where it's from, so it's not about like Fendi plastered all over the bag or Gucci just so you know what it is. It's kind of, if you know, you know. And we're seeing it quite a lot with the quiet luxury bags. Like, for instance, the Amelia heart bag we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
You know it's Amelia because it's in that really iconic heart shape. There's a couple more, like 16 Arlington. They do them with the big glitzy diamantes and the chains. You also have Bottega do it with the big golden handle as well.
Yeah.
So it's all about that kind of vibe, and it's I feel like it's really fun and like pops of colour. There's also a really cool brand called Olympia Litan, and it's a company I didn't really think I would be interested in, but they're really fun, and I feel like they're just one-off pieces, and they kind of look like booklet clutches, and they're all like illustrated, so you can get like a margarita one, there's Ibiza ones.
Nice.
Some of them look like Disney character books. It's really cute. So I feel like we're seeing that a lot more as well. Lulu Guinness.
Yes.
That style of vibe.
Like fun, quirky, like there's a theme about them, like this in the shape of fries.
Yeah. So it's like really fun, but
very
it's
playful.
not flashy logos printed all over it.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely flashy, but
it is flashy, but in a kind of a more of a fun way instead of the name of the bag, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally agree. I'm also seeing another big trend of bucket bags.
Yeah,
and you've actually got a gorgeous Louis Vuitton bucket bag.
I do. I have,
which I love.
I actually don't know the name of it, but it was a proper vintage find. I got that on secret sales for like £300.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm seeing a lot. So Saint Laurent have brought out a new one. It's called the Lee 37. Beautiful. And it's a leather bucket bag. Really nice. Really beautiful. I think Saint Laurent is such a gorgeous brand for handbags.
Beautiful.
The Row also have brought out one, slightly more simple,
really nice.
They're very understated. Yeah. You also have Gucci bag.
Beautiful.
Have brought out one which has a little drawstring bag really inside, pretty. And I think that's kind of quirky and cute if
That'd
you want
nice
something, a bit more statement. I think you can wear it crossbody as well, which I think would look really cute. I've also seen
the new
Loewe bag.
Beautiful.
This is the Pebble mini leather bucket bag.
Really nice.
And lastly, something like slightly more on the affordable side is the Jacquemus bucket bags. These really are the, I'm gonna butcher this because my languages are terrible, the Les Petites Tornini leather shoulder bag.
Lovely.
Bucket bag. I'll link it in the description.
Another affordable one I saw was the Acne Studios one.
Oh, I love Acne.
Which is the Musubi knotted leather shoulder bag, and they come in different sizes. And again, a really good price range. It's £900 for the mini one. Yeah. And then they go up in price.
I think the bucket bag trend also kind of falls into that like undone trend, because I think with a bucket bag you just think of like throwing things in.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I think is like
I'm loving it.
It's a perfect bag to like go.
Yes,
pick
definitely.
Up, shove your stuff in, go.
Get out of here. So a random one that, well, not a random one, but it's one that I keep seeing quite a lot.
Yeah. And
it's coming in as an accessory to a bag and also just an accessory to the outfit, but I'm seeing it styled with another bag is micro bags. It's such a big trend. I'm seeing the mini Kardashians wearing them as their little handbags. I don't know, I'm not too sure if I'm into it.
So this trend I have a love-hate relationship with, because I have this little gold Gucci bag and I cannot even fit my phone in it. You can fit like a lip gloss and a card holder.
I know the one you mean. It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful, but I never gravitate towards it because it's actually not quite mini enough to wear as an accessory.
Right.
But it's not big enough to fit my phone in.
Yeah.
I actually borrowed it from my mum, so I know I'm claiming it as my own, but
Mum's wardrobe.
Thanks, Mum. But when it comes to that trend, I do love the Chanel belt bags.
Oh yeah, very
because
cool.
They come on a chain. They usually have a little Chanel logo hanging off them. Yeah. And they're just so adorable. But that's something that you wouldn't actually put anything inside of it.
No, it's
but
just
you would wear it as like a belt.
The outfit off.
And then, like you said, you would carry another bag with you.
You can take your dogs for a walk and put your poo bags in there and your AirPods.
So that's when I think that trend is cool. When you use it to accessorize your outfit
100%.
rather than actually using it as a bag.
And I feel like it's quite a collector's trend. If you're really into your bags and your style, that it's more of a collector's thing. I've seen the Star Chanel bag going around at the moment. I saw that everywhere on the Copenhagen Fashion Week, and it was styled with additional bags.
Have you seen Victoria from The Fro?
Yeah.
She has this like limited edition Chanel bag, and I think it's like metal. It's like black and gold.
I know exactly.
Metal,
yeah.
And it's so diddy.
It's stunning.
And she's like, obviously you can't fit anything in it, but
it's beautiful.
It's an accessory.
It is an accessory. It is stunning.
It's not a practical piece.
No.
The micro trend is not for practicality.
No.
It's for fashion.
Do you know what? I actually do have. Last time I went to Paris, I was kindly invited to the Pauline store.
Yes.
And Pauline's are quite a middle ground luxury handbag. And we'll talk about it in a minute. But I do have a mini. I think I've worn it a couple of times last year. It's a pink mini handbag and it is so cute. But you can literally put in your AirPods and maybe your doggy bag.
Speaking of Pauline, they just sent me their shearling bag.
I love it.
Which is gorgeous. Beautiful. I think it's so cool to have like a textured bag. It's obviously a very seasonal piece. But I think with Pauline, they're so affordable that you can afford to buy into it for a seasonal piece.
And the quality is impeccable.
They use all like recycled leather, or like they use all their offcuts, which you reminded me because they sent me a mini like kind of like a purse card holder bag. Aww. And it looks like a little old school diary. You know those leather diaries, and they have the like string that wrapped around it. It kind of looks like that.
Cute.
And I feel like they're made from like the offcuts of the leather, like they're small leather goods. Yeah. Which I think is so lovely.
It's a really good brand.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good one to have in your wardrobe or on your wish list.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's talk about our first ever designer handbags, because I remember being in school and I had, granted it was fake, this Prada, it was like a nylon crossbody flap bag, and I'm pretty sure I got it like when I was on holiday in Portugal with my parents, and I thought I was the coolest person in school with this Prada handbag.
The looky fake bags were just such a good era. I know I've got my first designer bag here, but you've just reminded me I had from holiday, the Louis Vuitton. It's just like a mini like rectangle shoulder bag, white with colourful monogram.
Oh my god. Do Louis Vuitton even do that anymore?
I don't know, but I loved that bag. And I actually want it now. That would be so cute for summer.
I feel like they are so vintage now. I bet if you look on like Vestiaire, they're going for thousands.
That would be a really cool bag to have.
I don't think Louis Vuitton make that anymore.
No.
The white with the multicoloured monogram. I know.
But I actually do have my first designer handbag here. And it is the classic Gucci Disco. And I wore this to death. I would really recommend this. This brings so many memories. It's really dirty inside. It does need a little bit of a TLC. It has literally shown the test of time.
That's a really good first designer bag.
I would really recommend a Gucci Disco bag because it was just phenomenal. I took it everywhere during the day, evenings, nights out. I would wear it to the gym. Do you still wear it now? No. I feel like I should. It's quite a good one.
Yeah, it's a nice bag.
I know. I think because it got to a stage when everybody had it. Yeah. And then I kind of got a bit sick of it.
That's like, I remember I had the Gucci Marmont bag, the mini Marmont. It wasn't, I think it was the mini one. Marmont. And it was black with gold hardware. And I loved that bag, but I didn't love the strap on it. I thought it cheapened it a little bit. Yeah. And then again, everyone had it, so I actually sold that one.
So yeah, I've kept my one. And she's still quite in good condition. It's just the fabric inside is just a bit worse for wear, but maybe I'll get it upholstered.
Yeah, you should. You should restore it, because I think it would keep well. Yeah. My first designer handbag was actually a hand-me-down from my mum.
Oh, I love that.
And it was the first ever handbag that my dad bought her, and it's the Louis Vuitton Speedy, the classic Speedy bag, which I actually have a new one now, but it was like 17 years old.
Do you still have it?
My mum still has it, yeah. I love that. So that was my first ever designer handbag, hand me down from my mum.
The introduction to you and Louis Vuitton. Her wardrobe is Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, that started from my mum. I'm trying to think of what other handbags I used to have in school. I remember I used to have this awful pink Nike backpack. Did your school ever have those?
We had. It was such a trend to have the Jane
Norman bag.
The Jane Norman, but like it was just a plastic bag.
What?
Everyone would just carry the plastic Jane Norman bags.
Oh my god, yes!
And it was like the bag to have.
That was such a thing.
I love like the girls now. If we went into a secondary school and had a look at what their bags would be, I doubt it'd probably be like a biodegradable,
probably sustainable, who knows. Yeah, I think we always used to have like Selfridges bags, like if our parents like bought something nice with it.
Jack Wills,
can we keep the paper bag?
Yeah. It wasn't actually a bag, it was just the bag,
the paper bag, until it fell apart.
Yeah, I always had a Jack Wills one or an Abercrombie & Fitch. It was like, wow, she went into London and got one.
I think I remember having a Selfridges one.
Bougie. Look at you. Look at you. That was like, Gucci was my first. Yeah. And then I got a Chloe limited edition brown croc clutch bag, which I just absolutely adore. That was my first bag I bought myself. My Gucci one was like half and half of my parents.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, very cute. Bag trends are very different from now.
So different.
Versus back then.
I remember everyone obsessing over the Celine Nano bag, and it came in like bright orange and bright blue colours.
I think I saw it in denim as well.
A denim one?
Yeah.
That bag was so overdone, and there were so many fakes circulating around of that bag. It's just not a thing anymore, is it? It's really not. And another one is, do you remember that Stella McCartney bag? The fabric bag?
That one.
And it had the chain handles. Yeah. What happened to that overdone?
I don't know. It's a shame because I did actually quite like the style of it. I thought it was quite a cool... I loved the ethos behind Stella McCartney. I think she is incredible. But yeah, it's such a shame.
It fits into the slouchy trend.
So I wonder if it comes back.
Yeah, it might make a comeback.
Come on, Stella McCartney.
Another one is like the classic Mulberry bag, like the satchel bag.
Yes. Oh my God, everyone
That was a huge thing.
Yeah, everyone had the Mulberry bag. And like you said, the Gucci bag you had, the disco bag I had. But like you said, I should get this redone and actually bring this back to life because
didn't a brand, either Prada or Gucci, bring out a bag called the Blogger bag? Ooh. It was called the Blogger bag, and I remember it being so affordable. It was around £600.
Yeah.
And coincidentally...
Was it quite like this?
Yeah, I think so. Every blogger had it.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Also, talking about like dead bags, do you think dead, they're done, put them in the grave, okay? They're not resurfacing.
You're not welcome here, sweetie.
Do you think that card holders and purses are out?
It's so hard because...
Apple Pay.
I know.
I have a beautiful Saint Laurent card holder. I never use it. And my cards are in it. It never leaves my flat.
Like your driving licence or anything like that?
Where would I ever take that out?
I was going to say when you get ID'd.
I don't get ID'd anymore. Okay, don't rub it in.
I get ID'd all the time, so I need the ID.
I did up until like last year, and I don't know what happened. I need to go and see Dr. Vicky.
Oh, you need to take me with you.
They're not really a thing anymore.
No, especially they're a bit useless when it comes to like if you've got any spare money, but we don't really have that much spare money anymore.
No one uses cash. No one has coins.
No.
All of our cards are on our Apple Pay.
We go between different bags.
Why are you carrying around a card holder for now?
I mean, I do have my cards, which is very silly, just kind of like thrown in my bags.
Yeah, see, I never ever use mine.
Interesting, yeah.
And I remember purses was such a huge thing.
Yeah.
I have a beautiful Louis Vuitton purse.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Really? Louis Vuitton?
It's quite big. It's almost like a wallet. Yeah. And I never use it. And it has like all the different card holder slots. It has a compartment for coins. Never use it.
Ever. I have the Aspinall size purse, and I absolutely adore this. Yeah. I love the colour. I've got the wallet version as well. The
colour is very in.
Very beautiful. It's got all my old cards in there.
See, that's a proper purse.
Isn't
it? That's like such an old school purse. Like, it reminds me of like a nan purse.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful, and I always want to wear it because it's such good quality.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a faff, and it doesn't fit into any of my bags except my large tote bags.
So what would you use in that purse?
I know. It's such a shame because it's such a beautiful purse. I have got the wallet, which I think is quite a handy piece for like travelling.
Yeah.
And if you like do have a tote bag to keep things protected and secure. But yeah, I wanted to bring out the Aspinall purse because I think this is actually my last one, like the last purse I've ever had.
Yeah.
We did go for a Jo Malone meeting and she had a blue studded Valentino card holder.
Yeah, she did, which was lovely.
Stunning.
I think card holders are definitely going to stick around for longer because it's a great thing you can just pop in your pocket. But again, I'm like, what are you putting in your card holder? Because everything's on my phone.
Is it worth investing into anymore?
I don't think it is.
No. And even when we saw the Bottega Valentine's heart collection, they have that heart card holder, which is very cute.
It is super cute.
And I feel like that's such a fun way to like add to making things.
Yeah.
If you're into your like aesthetics and styling and like doing like, if you're maybe a content creator and you like to do like what's in my bag and make beautiful pictures, then it is a really cool statement piece to have. But yeah, I just don't think card holders are a thing anymore.
I think they're out. Well, they're heading out. They're not out yet, but I think they're heading that way.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the pros and cons of buying new and vintage, because I feel like we have a bit of both in our collections. So we can kind of talk about what brands are probably the best to buy vintage and the pros and cons of buying vintage.
Yeah.
As well as the same for when it comes to new pieces.
Yeah. So all of my vintage bags actually have come as a hand-me-down either from my mum or my grandma. And a lot of them are Louis Vuitton. Look, it runs in the family, okay?
But it's a brand that literally...
It's so timeless.
It's the quality.
I mean, Louis Vuitton were one of the first creators of luxury bags, well, like travel suitcases, their trunks. So their attention to detail and their quality of their bags are so fantastic. But I definitely have seen the quality decrease over the years, especially with the hardware that they use. I think the metals are becoming a lot lighter. They don't feel as luxurious anymore. I think the quality of the leather is still great, but I've definitely noticed that like when I purchase a new Louis Vuitton handbag, it's just not quite the same as the older ones.
And also as well, I feel like the quality of the bags get better with age. So I bought a tote bag, the Neverfull tote bag, and it's a few years old and she's still in such good condition. Yeah, it depends if you want to get the pristine pink leather.
Well, it's like white leather, isn't it?
It's not that nice.
It makes it look fake.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
So it depends what you want, but Louis Vuitton is definitely one of those brands that I would look at buying vintage and happily will, because I think, like you said, the quality of the history of Louis Vuitton and the likes of Chanel are so much better than they are now.
That's another one. The quality of Chanel has massively gone down and the prices are just going up and up.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
But I think as well with Chanel, it's the quality of the hardware. Yeah, that's gone down.
The thing is, when it comes to investing into vintage, is some of the brands do go up in price.
Yeah.
For instance, with the Kellys, the Birkins.
Yeah. In fact, all of my designer bags, and I've been quite smart with the bags that I've invested in. Every time I've gone to sell a designer bag, I've either sold it for the same amount that I originally paid for it because the price has increased over the years, or I've sold it for more.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you are smart about what designer handbags you invest in, you won't lose money on them, because I've either broken even or made money.
Yeah, like the likes of Amelia and Chanel, as they leave the store, the price goes up.
Yeah,
which is just ridiculous.
I know.
It's so crazy. One of the best investment pieces to invest into is handbags before properties at one point.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think it was last year or the year before.
Yeah.
It was better to invest into a handbag than a property.
Well, that is girl math.
Girl maths. But also as well, I think when it comes to investing into vintage pieces, like we have spoken about when we've had our really good finds, they feel a bit more unique and like a limited edition, which makes it feel so much more special and such a worthy investment.
And I also think you end up saving so much money because you can get some great designer handbags out there in retail shops like Vestiaire or Sign of the Times, Celia, for a fraction of what they are in the retail shop, and they're still in fantastic quality, even sometimes new.
Yeah. Well, my Louis Vuitton Never Full bag, that was, I believe, 5 years old. And I looked online and they're usually around £2,000 and mine was £800.
That's fantastic. That's
really good.
So good.
Really good. So definitely if there's certain bags, if you know what you want, if you know what you're looking for, definitely have a look online. And actually there are some Chanel bags. I have seen a really beautiful burgundy one on, I think it's called Luxe Collective, this brand.
Okay.
And it was so beautiful. It's quite like a vanity case style. Absolutely stunning. And it was only, well, I say only, but it was 2.3 thousand. And I thought it'd be 10 grand, but it wasn't. So definitely just have a look for this on Vestiaire and all those brands like that.
And speaking of investing into vintage bags, what would you say are some good brands? If someone's looking to buy their first ever designer handbag, would you say go vintage or buy new from the shop?
I mean, it depends again on the brand for sure. And firstly, colour-wise, I think you cannot go wrong with a classic black bag.
Yeah.
I think it's timeless. You can get so much wear out of it. It goes with everything. One of my first classic bags that I bought is from Chloe, but it's discontinued, unfortunately. You could probably see if it's still available secondhand, but a brand that I would really recommend investing into is Celine. They have a couple of different gorgeous, just classic black bags. I've seen one called the Triumph, which is again with just like a leather across the body strap, but they do have another one and it's got a gold chain, so I feel like it's a bit more versatile for day to night, because it has that gold chain, which is a bit more of an evening attire. So I'd recommend Celine.
So I would say for your first ever designer purchase, a big thing about making that purchase is the store experience. So as much as I think buying vintage secondhand designer is great because you can save money and get the same product that you would get from the store, I just think that store experience is so exciting,
so special
when it's your first ever bag. Like definitely. If you get the champagne and you walk out and it's like beautifully wrapped, and then you get home and you unwrap it and it's like this fresh handbag, and then you take it out for the first ever time.
It's such a proud moment.
Yeah, I think that whole experience is lovely. So I would say like go into the store and buy new for your first ever designer handbag. I think if you have a higher budget, some of my recommendations are Saint Laurent. I think Saint Laurent have so many beautiful classic handbags. You can't really go wrong. I would stay away from anything that's too heavily logoed.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they can have the really oversized YSL metal plaques on the bags. Yeah. I think go away from that. I think Bottega's a lovely bag to invest in for your first bag. Of course, Louis Vuitton, I think, for the craftsmanship and the quality. Chanel, of course, is like one of the most luxurious bags the elite, you can get. Yeah. Like if you get a Chanel bag for your first ever designer handbag, you're doing something right, honey. Well done, you.
Classic flap.
And lastly, I would say Gucci.
Yeah.
I think Gucci have some lovely, very simple, timeless handbags. And I think they're big brands.
They do have some affordable prices.
Yeah.
Like my Gucci Disco one. I feel like that still is available.
Yeah.
Or in that similar style.
Yeah. If you have a lower end budget, but you still want to buy your first ever designer handbag, Jacquemus is quite a good brand.
Very good brand.
Under $1,000 you can get some bags for. I would also, like you said, say Gucci, because some of their smaller bags are under $1,000. Yeah. Maybe like 800.
Yeah, those kind of like
Marmonts.
That's it, Marmont.
Yeah.
Also as well, YSL have a similar style as well.
Yeah.
But also as well, I like the idea of the YSL because they do have a couple with the handle.
Yeah.
Which I think is really nice. So again, it's like the Celine. It can have the versatility of day to night. So you can have crossover and then a handle.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Buying your first ever bag, get something that's versatile.
Yeah, massively.
Get something that you can wear day, night, even try and find a bag that has different straps. Like I know one of the bags that I'm going to show you later has a chain strap and a leather strap. Yes. So you can alternate day to night.
That's a really good one.
So then you're getting the most out of your purchase.
Definitely. Which one's which? This is quite a sad topic, I'm going to say.
So that you don't make the same mistakes that we have, we wanted to give you our feedback on what's been our worst and our best designer handbag purchases, why we regret them, why we love them. So maybe you can look out for these things when you go to buy your first bag. So go on, Amelia, show us. What's your best
My
purchase?
best, just because of how much wear and love I had got out of it is the black Chloe bag that I talked about. This is their C bag, and it has sadly discontinued. I don't know why they've discontinued it because it's such a good bag.
It is lovely.
It's beautiful, and they do have loads of different colours. Again, it has the top handle, and then it does come with a cross over the body strap. So again, super versatile. You can get so much in this bag. You can fit your vlogging camera, your phone, portable charger.
Mary Poppins bag.
It is a Mary Poppins bag, and it literally went everywhere with me. Day, night. You did not see me without this bag.
And what do you think of the quality of it? Like, how well was it lasted?
Incredible. Now when I look at it, I'm like, okay, it has worn a bit. Like we can see here with the handle strap, and kind of the gold has been beaten. But when I say I've taken it everywhere, I have taken it everywhere. On holidays, to the gym, to university, nights out. Like, this was one of those bags where you could be very pristine and like look after your designer pieces, but I wanted a bag that I could wear so much.
It looks quite robust. It looks like it would stand the test of time.
It is incredible. Quite like the Gucci Disco.
Yeah.
I think I got it for £900, and I'm sad to say this probably is £2,000 now.
Yeah.
The prices have gone up. What was your best purchase? I would say that one as well.
My best purchase. This is quite a recent purchase because I think the older I've got, the better I've got at making decisions when it comes to buying handbags. And this is the Louis Vuitton Loop bag. And the reason I say this is my favourite handbag is because I always use this bag. I always gravitate towards it. I love the shape of it. I love the fact that it has a chain handle, so you can wear it of an evening. It also comes with a longer leather strap that you can wear crossbody for the daytime. I usually just keep the chain one on. And something I love about this bag is that it's comfortable to wear.
Yeah.
It feels comfortable on my shoulder. It's lightweight. The chain doesn't dig into me. And I can fit everything in it that I need.
It's beautiful.
The only thing I don't love about it, and this is like on quite a lot of the newer Louis Vuitton styles, is the logo that they have hanging off the zip. I think this looks a little bit cheap.
I think they need like more of a minimal one, like that one there. Just a classic.
Just the classic, old school Louis Vuitton zip. That would have done for me.
But is it on the other side? So do you usually flip it around?
No, I've never flipped it around actually. Maybe I will.
Problem solved.
Yeah, because on this, you know, sometimes on Louis Vuitton bags, if you flip the bag around the other way, the monogram's upside down. Yeah. Because sometimes on the bags, the fabric is a continuation.
Yeah.
Whereas on this bag, it's actually divided by leather piping.
Yeah.
So they were able to put the print facing the right way on both sides.
And did the colour of the leather?
Oh, it's aged, yeah.
It's aged.
And I love this shade of leather now.
Beautiful.
It's not too light, not too dark. No. It's got some wear. It's got some character.
Beautiful.
I love this bag. This is my favourite ever designer bag.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Now for the worst. This leaves a pit in my stomach.
It makes me feel sick.
It does.
It really makes me feel sick because...
Have you ever had that feeling when you leave a store and you instantly feel sick with anxiety? That's how I know that I shouldn't have bought something.
Yes. And no, I have a love-hate relationship for this bag.
Okay.
I think why, as you can see if you're watching the YouTube video, I have a Chanel dust bag hiding my worst purchase. And I love it so much. It's so beautiful. But on my 26th birthday, I bought the classic caviar leather champagne metal white.
That's a mouthful.
Classic flap in the size small. And I love it so much. I think she's so beautiful, and I was so proud of buying her. Mm-hmm. They are very expensive.
I was going to say, well.
Very expensive, and it's been one of my bags I've wanted to purchase, and I always wanted to own a Chanel bag that I could take down, like your grandma and your mum, to give to my children as well. I adore this, and I think the white is so beautiful, and at the time it was super rare to get a white bag. But the wear and the quality of this bag, and I am so precious with this bag because it's so expensive. Even the slightest change of colour, if you're wearing like a grey coat, you can't wear black with it, you can't wear jeans with it because it picks up on the back.
Oh god, so the dye from other clothes rubs off onto the leather.
It absorbs like there is no tomorrow. The leather is really, really delicate.
Such a shame, isn't it? Because that colour I'd love to wear with like a denim.
Yeah, it's beautiful. These, I have no clue where these come from because I literally...
So there's some like marks.
There's marks. Where also as well, where it would be natural for you to bend the bag and open it, it's kind of like stretch marks in a weird way. Because I never put it on the floor. I would never put it near a wall. Like I was so precious with this bag. And I still wear this bag. But even round the chain straps, like you can see where it's had a bit of wear. It just very unfortunately just has not shown the test of time.
Shame.
And I would recommend if you are going to get a Chanel bag to get it in black.
Yeah.
I wish I got this in black.
She's very delicate, isn't she?
She is so delicate, but she is so beautiful. And then also as well, I did go back in, I think a week after and just said, I've only worn this once. Yeah. And I guess they don't know me, so they're like, oh, she's probably bashed it around. She's a princess having a white Chanel bag at 26. But yeah, it was really gutting because I saved so much money to invest into this bag.
Do you remember how much you paid for it?
£6,200.
£6,200 you paid for that bag?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And it's gone up to 8,000 now.
Wow.
Yeah. And she hasn't seen the test of time very well.
I thought you were going to say about 3,200, 3,400. I didn't realise that they were that expensive. Although
some of the smaller, more kind of trendy styles.
How many years ago did you buy that then?
I would say 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
4 years ago. I'm 28 now. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So unfortunately, as much as she is my pride and joy, she is also the bane of my life.
So
sums up like a girlfriend, really.
Worst purchase is also a Chanel bag. I no longer have it because I sold her. But the reason I asked you how much you paid for yours, and I was so shocked that you paid 6,200. I bought my first ever Chanel bag for 3,000.
Yeah.
And it was a Chanel boy bag, and I was 21. So that was 9 years ago.
Do you regret selling it?
No.
What colour was it?
Black calfskin leather with gold hardware. And I had to go to Paris to buy this bag because it was my 21st birthday. I wanted a Chanel bag. My parents had very, very kindly given me money to put towards this bag. So it was Christmas and my birthday. So it was like double present. I had to put the rest of the money towards the bag. And I was like, I want a Chanel bag. Yeah. And at the time, the boy bag was the newest Chanel bag. All the influencers had it. Like it was the it bag. And the one I specifically wanted, I went for classic. Like I was sensible with the black and gold hardware. I knew that I would stand the test of time. It was sold out everywhere in the UK. And so my dad, bless him, he's very much like me. Like when we get something in our minds that we want,
it has to happen.
We have to get it. And we cannot think about anything else until we achieve that.
That's a goal.
So he rang around the stores, sold out in the UK. They said there's only one bag left, basically in the whole world. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but okay, in the EU, let's say. And it was in Paris. So he was like, well, you want this bag, let's go to Paris. We'll make a day of it.
Story.
So my dad and I, for my 21st birthday, went to Paris. We went to the Rue Chambon store, which is the flagship store, and the bag was there. And so I bought the bag. It was such a fantastic experience. I was so excited about this bag. I bought the large bag, and that's my first error.
Right, because I was thinking about the mini one.
I went for the large one. It was too big, too boxy. It didn't feel comfortable on me. The chain was too heavy. It dug into my shoulder. If I just had it on one shoulder, the chain would slip off all the time because it was so chunky. It was just too big. It didn't sit well on me, and it was very stiff.
Right.
Where the flap went over, there was like a hole in the flap. So if the bag tipped ever so slightly, everything would fall out of it.
Oh.
So you know with the classic flap, you've got two compartments. You've got the inside flap, which tucks into the bag, and it protects everything that's in there.
Yeah.
And then you've got the outer flap.
Yeah.
The boy bag didn't have the inner flap.
Oh.
The boy bag just had this outer flap and then these like big gaps in the side.
Interesting.
So I remember I had a perfume in this bag. The bag tipped a little and my perfume slid out and smashed everywhere. And that for me was like, right, I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
I am done with you.
Goodbye.
And it just sat in my wardrobe for years and I never gravitated towards it. And I was like, I've got a $3,500 bag
that you
just
don't
sitting there.
Yeah.
I regret selling it then, just because I could have sold it now for even more money.
Yes.
But when I did sell it for more than what I'd paid for it. So
That's
I still
really
made
good.
money from it, and it was in immaculate condition. So yeah, my worst purchase, funnily enough, is also a Chanel bag.
So it's so sad. And I think as well, that is the pros of buying a vintage Chanel bag.
Yeah.
Because the quality of Chanel then was a lot better than now.
Well, I mean, that was 9 years ago that I had that bag.
Still.
I have one more really quick one.
Okay.
Can I tell you? Okay. And I actually still have it here because I'm undecided with what to do with it.
Oh.
This is the Louis Vuitton Pochette. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's the Pochette wash bag. Now, several things I hate about this bag. Obviously, it's intended to be a wash bag, but everyone bought this bag to be a clutch bag.
Yeah.
Because it's so affordable.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly how much it is, maybe $300-400 or something. But I just never use this bag. I think it's too long to be a clutch bag. It's too structured, it's too hard. There's no strap, so you have to have it under your arm. There's no other way to carry it. The quality is terrible. I don't know if you can see.
I was going to say, where they've trimmed the leather,
it's almost like
it's very
disintegrating.
thin. Yeah.
And then the purpose of this bag is to be a wash bag. However, you can't let the inside of the wash bag become damp because the lining comes away from it. And the lining inside this bag has like totally come unstuck and it's all rippled.
Wow.
And when I took it back to Louis Vuitton, they said, oh, it's because you've left it in the sun, which, okay, maybe fair enough. Maybe I did. But I'm like, that's not good. And so I never use it. I think it's not even a great shape to be a wash bag because it's so stiff. It's very narrow.
Yeah.
So the depth of it, I mean, is narrow. And so you just can't fit a lot in it.
I was going to say, it could be quite a good tote. You know how I was saying I've got
In the Neverfull.
Yeah.
As a Neverfull.
Yeah, so it can have your passport.
Yeah,
and
that is what it is good for. I could use it for that.
Like lip gloss and like to have your bits in, so it's like, and your keys.
Yeah.
So you could use it for that. That could be a quite good insert accessory.
Yeah, a good insert, you're right. I do think Louis Vuitton have also discontinued this bag because of the reason of people using it as a handbag rather than a wash bag.
Yeah.
And it was so overdone that it sort of was tarnishing Louis Vuitton as a brand.
And also as well, the quality just looks so, like you said, the quality just looks actually so different in comparison to quite a lot of...
It looks like a fake bag.
But maybe as well...
It's even ripped.
God, it's ripped. But maybe as well, maybe they... I don't know if this is a thing, but when it comes to their vanity pieces, do they use less quality? Well, no, you'd want a bit more indestructible quality because it's going to hold makeup products and bits and bobs like that.
Yeah. So if you have one of these bags, let us know how you feel about it. Whether you're regretting your purchase, do you still use it as a clutch bag, or are you just like...
How much was it?
Done with it, like I am.
How much was it?
I can't remember. Maybe 400 or something.
I think if you're not going to sell it, use it as a in-bag accessory.
I'll add it to my wash bag collection.
So when you're like travelling, it's like your quick passports, cards, keys,
it would
AirPods.
Look cute in my Louis Vuitton suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually think we could leave it there, you know. I don't even think we need to do the this and that.
So we thought we'd wrap it up there because, like we said at the beginning, we could go on and on about this topic, and I love this conversation.
I could talk about my bags all day. Like, I still have a pile of bags that I'm like, oh, I wish I could just
we
talk
are
to you about
literally
those bags.
surrounded by bags. Literally. So what we're going to do is end it there. If you have any requests to talk about bags in other episodes, let us know, and maybe we'll think about it in another...
Yeah, and if you're thinking of purchasing your first ever designer handbag, or you just want some advice on a purchase that you're thinking of making and you're not sure, please do feel free to DM us, and we can chat about it, give you some advice, and hopefully help you make a decision.
We'll leave like our Instagrams down below, the Wearing My Money Instagram down below. We're also on YouTube if you're listening to this on Spotify. And again, if you're listening to this on Spotify, we're on YouTube. Yeah. I want to just quickly say, if you are looking to invest into a bag, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to leave it down below, the Cocoon rental bag company.
Such a good idea.
Phenomenal. And you get the chance to experience the bag without purchasing it.
Give it a test, a little trial run.
Yes. So I will leave that down below as well, because you can do one-offs and also you can do memberships. So monthly, you pay a certain price and you can rent different bags.
Really good.
It's really good. But we're going to leave it there, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you all in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.